Can health plans reduce the high cost of drugs? One insurance company is trying. Hello, I am Kevin Canals with InsureMeKevin.com, an independent health insurance agent in California. And one of the largest drivers of health insurance premium increases is the high cost of prescription medications that the health plans must cover. And Blue Shield of California is trying to disrupt some of the back-end mechanisms that cause some of the high costs of drugs to the consumers and to their own bottom line. So health plans, their business model is that they contract with doctors, hospitals, imaging centers, and you use those services. And when you receive a healthcare service, those providers send a bill over to the health plan. They pay their portion, you pay their portion. And that's what health plans do within the structure of the benefit design of the health plan. Prescription medications, that's a whole other animal. It's much larger and much more disconnected. So health plans generally hire a pharmacy benefit manager to handle the claims when you go to your local pharmacy to pick up a prescription, and then of course it's electronically transferred over to the health plan, but someone needs to do that. And because prescription medications are such a large part of our healthcare system, there are pharmacy benefit managers that have developed over the last couple decades. And it's big business. It's really big business. And you can see from this graph that the three largest pharmacy benefit managers that are handling all these millions of claims for all these different health plans across the country are all tied into some of the largest health insurance plans. Blue Shield of California is not one of them. And there are some manipulations, some games played. The pharmacy benefit managers, they may help keep some drugs off of the drug formulary. There's rebates and everything that can get kind of sticky. And Blue Shield of California is saying, hey, we need to try and break that model because it's just out of control for them. So Blue Shield will be implementing numerous changes to their health plans in 2025. Many of these changes, you won't, if you're a Blue Shield plan member, you're not even going to see it. It's all happening behind the scenes to, in Blue Shield's perspective, disrupt the whole pharmacy benefit model. One of the things they will be doing is they have entered into a contract with Navitus to, what they say, optimizing their retail pharmacy network. So Navitus isn't a pharmacy benefit manager, but they do work with the network of pharmacies, and their kind of marketing claim is 100% pass-through. So it's more transparent for the health plans that use them. There are always rebates from the drug manufacturers and whatnot, but some of the pharmacy benefit managers, kind of take a cut of that. And so this is going to be a 100% pass through. So Blue Shield has a better accounting of what's going on with all of the drug claims. Navitus, they have a variety of clients, one of them being LA Care in Los Angeles, which is a huge health plan, even though it's just in Los Angeles County. Another thing that Blue Shield of California is doing is they're getting away from CVS Caremark for their mail order delivery of prescription medications. You can order some drugs for a 90-day supply, have it delivered to you in the mail. They're going to be using Amazon because Amazon has developed kind of a retail pharmacy where it's delivered right to the individual's home with or without insurance. But now Blue Shield of California is going to be using Amazon, and you can use Amazon if you're a Blue Shield plan member to have your prescriptions delivered to you. Now Amazon, and because it is mobile, they can't get into some of the controlled substances. So those may still have to go through either your local pharmacy or CVS Caremark. But Blue Shield of California is hoping that that makes things a little bit more transparent and drives down some of the costs. Now, with optimizing the home delivery and the retail pharmacy network, one thing people will see if you're a Blue Shield member is you're going to be getting new member ID cards for 2025. And why am I getting a new card? Well, some of the numbers have changed. I've circled that in red, and that is telling the pharmacist how everything needs to be routed. But because we need to give this information to the pharmacist, they have to develop the new member ID cards with those numbers on there. A very expensive cost for health plans are some of the drugs that maybe there isn't a generic alternative, but the pharmacy benefit managers have kind of made sure that, like one drug in particular, Humira, doesn't have an alternative on the drug formulary. And Humira is very expensive, very effective. Blue Shield says that, it costs them about $2,100, regardless of what the plan member actually pays for it. So Blue Shield has actually contracted with this company, Fresenius Kabi, and to create, it's already been created, they are going to be buying this biosimilar for Humira. And if you have a prescription for Humira, they are going to just make this biosimilar, and I probably cannot pronounce this properly, adalimumab, at zero cost to you. So that's huge, because the cost of Blue Shield is radically dropping down to what they say in 2025 will be $525 per month for one of those prescriptions. So that's huge. So they just want to pass that along, just make it zero. They want people to start using this biosimilar to Humira and reduce everyone's costs. Now they're going to be taking Humira off of their drug formulary, but it will still be available to people who really need it and can't tolerate the alternative, but it will come in as a tier 4 drug, and all of the tier 4 cost sharing will be applied to it. Now, another issue that some people may run up against in 2025 is Blue Shield of California will be changing how they handle the weight loss drugs, the Wegovy's, the Ozempics, that have become very, very popular and are very, very expensive. And so if you are prescribed one of those medications because of type 2 diabetes, nothing's going to change. But if you are prescribed the medication for weight loss, and that's where there's going to be some prior authorization and some additional conditions put down by Blue Shield of California. So first you have to be in the class 3 obesity range, and then you're also going to have to attest that you are in what they say a reduced calorie physical activity and behavior therapy program in addition to the drug. So there's going to be some additional conditions to receive those drugs that are very effective for helping people lose weight, but they're also very expensive. So that's one way Blue Shield of California is trying to reduce costs by, sometimes, and that may be a pinch point for many people, is having to get involved with one of those programs that also, in addition to the drug, you're doing some behavioral modification, exercise, and whatnot to lose weight. But why Blue Shield? Why are they tackling this? First off, this is Blue Shield of California. They are kind of connected to the other Blue Shields, but they are wholly in California. It's a California corporation. They offer health plans throughout the entire state, from the north down to the south. So they have a very large membership base in the individual and family, small group. And again, I want to emphasize they are a California company, because when we look at some of the other health plans in California, they don't have quite the California presence. Like Anthem Blue Cross, they do have plans pretty much statewide, but they also are owned by a company called Elevance, and that is managed out of Texas. So they don't quite have the California connection that Blue Shield of California does. Kaiser Permanente has a very, very large enrollment. They're not throughout the entire state. You have to be within a certain range before you can become a Kaiser member. And they run their own pharmacies. So they aren't as exposed to that whole pharmacy benefit manager manipulation of the market as some of the other health plans. Aetna CVS, which is a growing health plan in California, in Northern California. Of course, they are aligned with one of the largest pharmacy benefit managers, so they're not going to tackle the problem. Molina, they're in Southern California, but they're also in many other states. Health Net has some different plans in Northern and Southern California, but they are owned by Centene, which is out of Missouri. Then we have the regional health plans, which have a much smaller membership base, like Chinese Community Health Plan in San Francisco and San Mateo, Sutter Health Plus, they're in Northern California, Bay Area, Sacramento area, fairly large, but again, regional. Valley Health Plan is only in Santa Clara County. Sharp Health Plan is only in San Diego. Western Health Advantage, they're in Northern California, El Dorado over to Marin County. And then the other regional health plan, which is fairly large and does have a lot of pull, it's got a lot of muscle to it, is LA Care, because they're involved with Medi-Cal, Medicare, the individual and family market. So they have a huge membership base that they are working with when it comes to prescription medications. And they're one of the plans that is involved with the Navitas. So Blue Shield, when you look at them, they are in a fairly unique position, being really a California company that is statewide. And they have that unique position, and they see all of it, and they are saddled with all of the expenses with these pharmacy benefit managers, and they have decided they're going to try and disrupt the market. California's huge, but it seems like only Blue Shield of California will be able to tackle it, because not everyone else has a lot of skin in the game, so to speak. The other health plans, they're controlled by companies out of state, and they have to think about other state relationships. Blue Shield of California, they are in California. They are California. And, very good health plans, their PPOs and their HMOs. And so they have decided to tackle the whole prescription drug cost issue, the pharmacy benefit managers, and we hope that what they are doing to disrupt the whole pharmacy high-cost drug situation will spill over to the smaller regional health plans, so that everyone can benefit if Blue Shield can forge a path and create a model for the other health plans to use to get away from those large pharmacy benefit managers that seem to be manipulating the market in not the best interest for many health plans, and certainly not for many health plan consumers. So if you have any questions or comments, you may leave those down below, and I will do my best to answer them. Otherwise, for InsureMeKevin.com, I'm Kevin Canals.